What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you step-by-step process on how I created these e-invites to send to my girls to let them know that they were invited to the Will You Be My Brunch using GREENVELOPE and QR code maker. So this video will be very informative. If this is something that you're interested in, make sure you keep watching. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is type in greenvelope.com, and then I'm already going to be signed into my account, but you want to hit the three dashes on the left side of the screen and then hit new. And then this is the area where you'll be able to find all different designs and themes for your different invitations, but I'm just going to show you the one that I use to send to my girls for the brunch. So once you're in this part, it says let's get started. It kind of takes you on a little tutorial if you're not sure, but as for this part, you just fill in the information that you need, like please join us for brunch or wedding or a party or something. You fill in what you need. I needed it for the Will You Be My Brunch, so that's what I typed in. I'm using fake information to fill in this invitation just so my personal information is not online, even though I'm sure it is already somewhere, but as of now it's not online. So as I'm filling in the information, I want to let you all know the QR code comes into play because I'm dealing with 12 different girls, and in order for me to pick the perfect date for brunch, I ended up having to create a poll through SurveyMonkey and having the girls select all of the dates that they were available, and the date that everyone was mostly available is the date that I chose to do the brunch for. Working with a lot of girls, you got to get everybody on the same page. It was just easier to insert a QR code into the invitation that they click and pick the days that they are available, and then I go from there. So I'll break all that down further along in the video, but as of now, here's me filling in my fake addresses and stuff. So here at the bottom is where I just put the attire, all black attire, so everyone wasn't confused and knew the dress code for the brunch. So now I'm going to take you into SurveyMonkey just to show you all how I created the poll for the girls to be able to select the days that they were available. So once I've logged in, I'll go over to the left column and hit new survey. Then I'll type in Will You Be My Brunch as the title, and then in the survey category, I think I did event registration. I don't think that actually matters, it's optional, but I just put in event registration and then I click create survey. So once you hit create survey, it takes you to this page where you literally just type in your question. So mine was choose all that apply, and then it says what dates are you available to attend the Will You Be My Brunch. And then down below, I make sure it's in checkbox because checkbox allow you to select multiple boxes at a time. And here on the right side of the screen, I'm just showing you that they give you options to where you can do agree, disagree, satisfied, the typical survey question. So because I just needed the dates, I pulled up the calendar and I found all of the weekend dates for the times needed, and then I typed them into the answer slots on the survey. So you can play around with it a little bit. You can add bulk answers in there. You can hit the save the value, which means it'll score it, but I really don't need it scored. So then I hit save and then I hit preview survey, and then it'll show you what the survey will look like when someone pulls it up. From there, hit next and it'll give you two different options to send the survey. I choose send survey my way, and then you hit share a survey link. Once the next page pops up, you'll see a green copy button on the right. You'll click that and it'll copy the link. Now we're moving on to the QR code generator, and the website is literally called QR code generator. And from there, you'll paste that link into where it says enter website. You'll choose the kind of QR code you wanted. I just wanted the simple one. And then you'll hit download and it'll pop up, and boom, there's your QR code. So now I'm going to show you how to attach the QR code to the invitation. So what I did was hit add a picture, because you have to add the picture first. You go into your downloads, you click the QR code, and then you place it on the invitation. From there, you'll hit add link, and then you'll just paste the SurveyMonkey link in there, and it'll automatically attach it to the QR code. So all they have to do is click the QR code, and then it'll take them straight to the SurveyMonkey link. I realized that I accidentally picked a date for the brunch, but on my actual invitation I put to be determined, because once I got the poll back is when I actually put the date into the invitation. But as of now, because we don't know what days will be available for everyone, you just want to put to be determined, and then right after that, in parentheses, you'll put scan QR code and choose all dates that you are available. So for mine, regardless of the date that was chosen, it was going to be brunch. So I wanted to do it at noon. So on the invitation, I just put at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, in order to let them know that they need to click the actual QR code, I just added a little note in that says, click the QR code, and place it right above the QR code, just so they know that they need to do that in order for us to figure out a date. Now for the next part, this is where you can choose to get fancy or not with the different envelopes you choose. I just chose the vellum one. I don't know how to say that. And you can do different linings, different borders for the envelope. I think I ended up choosing the white one, but going back later and taking it off. Then you'll hit text at the top of the page, and this is where you'll hit standard greeting for everyone, unless you want to personalize each envelope to each girl. But I just put, hey girl, you're invited. And on the back, I put in parentheses, will you be mine? So then I changed the font for the front and the back of the card. Like I said, I took the lining away. Changed the font, changed the sizing of the words, just to make sure they're more visible. And then I went on to the next step, which is adding stamps on there. The last thing I'm going to do for the design is choose the background, which I went with the plain gray and white one. So now we're on to the detail part, to where you put the event name, sender name, the venue name, which I ended up just putting my house because that's where it was at, and then my fake address on here. You can put the date and the time, but I didn't know the date, so I just didn't worry about putting the date or the time yet. And then further down, it'll ask you what kind of notifications you want to receive, and I wanted a summary of everything, when they opened the card, when they answered, when they responded, and all. So what I'm doing now is just going into my files and clicking out a song that I'd already picked out on Epidemic SoundCloud, or you can find any free music and upload it, so that whenever they open the card, it plays music behind it. And then from there, once everything's done, you got all of the notifications you want, you just hit next, and then you'll get a preview of your invitation. So in this preview, I'm just showing you how it looks when the girls open it up, and then I'm showing you how you click the QR code and it takes you right over to the survey. You complete the survey, hit done, and then you go right back into the invitation to read more details about what you need to know about the event. So once we figure out the final date, I'll have the girls go back into the invitation and RSVP whether they will be attending or not. So because that was just the preview, we'll hit next, and then we'll go into the send category. And this is where you'll add in the contacts of everybody you want to send the invitation to, and their information, their phone numbers and emails. And from there, you'll hit send invitations. I only chose me because it's a fake one. But once you hit send invitations, you'll send via SMS, just because it's easier to send on a phone. And here's the preview of how it will look once you get the text message on your phone and how it pops up. Then you'll hit the track tab in the upper right corner where it'll take you to the next steps, whether you want to add a check-in, name tag, seating, but I wasn't that fancy. And then at the bottom, it'll show you who's attending, who's not attending, who's pending, and if any of them were unsent. And from there, I went back to SurveyMonkey and I went to analyze results. And this is where you'll find which date that everyone was available. I took the survey 2 times on purpose and I chose not to include the last 2 days. But as you can see, like, this is how it shows up. 100% can do it on this day, 50% can do it on this day. So it just made the process easier altogether when picking dates for the brunch. So now we're going to get into the tracking on the GREENVELOPE app. So you'll go to My Mailing in the top left, and this will show you all of the invitations you created, but I just wanted to see the one that I created today. And also in this one, it's kind of like the tracking tab. It'll show you who opened it, the ones that weren't open. It'll show you who's attending, who's not attending, tell you the type of invitation that you have, and all the details of the invitation. Just to give more insight, I'm going to take you into the invitation that I created for the brunch and show you how it all works out. So as you can see, I had 1 person that couldn't attend, but I also had 12 that could. The opening rates were 100%, so everybody opened the invitation, and I had all 13 people respond. So then we'll go into the send page, which is the blue hyperlink, and there we'll go into the tracking. And this is the same thing as the summary page. It'll just show you in more detail each person who said that they were going to attend and each person who wasn't able to attend. And it'll have all of their information there. And if they sent you a message, it'll show on the right column. But if you want to see all your messages in one place, we'll go into My Messages on the side in the left column. And this is where I sent out the bulk of the information for the brunch. I knew that if I sent it in this message center, it'll go to all 12 contacts. No one has to know who else is involved in the bridal party. And I just wanted it to be a surprise for all. So like when we finally picked a date, I let the girls know through here. The date was August 27th at noon. And then I sent lookbook options for the vibes. So no one asked me what to wear or like the vibes of the brunch. So I sent 2 lookbooks, and I also sent 15 hours before the brunch, like just information about shoes, like common questions that I was getting that everyone probably had but just wouldn't ask. So I sent all of that into the message too, so everyone received that. And anything else that I wanted the girls to know for the brunch was sent through this message center. So this was so convenient because I didn't have to go out of the way, create a separate group chat. Everything was already here, and they received the message just like they received the invitation on their phone. Okay, so just to give more insight on a survey with more data, I'm going to show you the original Will You Be My Brunch survey that I used to pick the date for the brunch for all of my girls. As you can see, almost 100% of everyone chose August 27th. So that is the day that we ended up going with. And you know, it just made it easier. When you're working with a bunch of girls, it makes it easier. The only thing with SurveyMonkey is after 10 responses, you're expected to pay for more, but instead of paying for more responses, I just deleted a few of the 100% going responses just so I can have an accurate count. GREENVELOPE is kind of the same. Once you have to send more than 10 invites, it charges you for sending 20. So if you have a 10 party, then you'll be fine. But if you have to send to like 12 people, you have to pay $20 to send it out to 12 people. So that's what I ended up doing. And here's the final preview of the invitation that we created today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative, and I hope it was able to help somebody use GREENVELOPE, QR code generator, and SurveyMonkey. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for the next Will You Be My Brunch series episode. Thanks. Love y'all.